Introducing UV, the best Python project and dependency manager. Welcome to UV, your go-to Python tool. UV is changing the game in Python project and dependency management by being super fast. It combines the features of several tools like Poetry, Requirements.txt, and PyEnv into one simple package manager. This guide will show you how to use UV to improve your Python projects, especially in Visual Studio Code on Windows. Easy installation. Installing UV is easy, no matter your operating system. Here's how you can install UV using PowerShell on Windows and get started in Visual Studio Code. Using PowerShell, Windows, PowerShell IWR htt/install.uv.io UVIEX. After installation, launch Visual Studio Code to manage your Python projects with UV. Starting a new project in VS Code. Once UV is installed, start your new project with these steps in VS Code. 1. Open VS Code. 2. Open the terminal in VS Code. View, Terminal. 3. Run the command to set up your project, bash uv init. This command creates a pyproject.toml file that organizes your dependencies and sets the Python version to 3.11, adding dependencies easily. Adding libraries is straightforward in the VS Code terminal. Use these commands to add libraries or development tools. Add a library, like typer. Bash uv add typer. Add a development tool like pytest. Bash uv add pytest-dev. UV automatically updates your project files to keep your setup stable and consistent. Making testing simple. Setting up and running tests is easy with UV. Here's how to do it in VS Code. 1. Create a test directory and a test file named testmain.py with a simple check, Python assert true. 2. Run the test using the terminal in VS Code. Bash uv run pytest. UV manages the testing environment, making sure everything works as expected. Keeping dependencies consistent. UV's lock file system ensures that your project dependencies stay the same, no matter where you set up the project. This helps when different people work on the same project from different places. Updating Python versions. Changing your project's Python version to 3.11 is simple. Bash update the Python version in pyproject.toml to 3.11, echo Python version equals 3.11, pyproject.toml. Make the changes take effect, UV sync. Use these commands in the VS Code terminal. UV will quickly adjust your setup. Quickly adding big libraries. Adding large libraries is fast and easy. Bash uv add fastapy Jupyter pandas. To start using or check your setup, run bash uv run Jupyter lab. These commands in VS Code make sure everything is installed right. Using isolated environments for specific tasks. For specific tasks like checking code or formatting, UV lets you run commands in special setups that don't change your main project. Bash checking code with rough UV tool, run rough check. Formatting code with rough UV tool, run rough format. Run these in the VS Code terminal to keep your main setup clean and organized. Conclusion: make your Python projects easier with UV. UV makes managing Python projects simple, from setting up to managing dependencies, all within your favorite editor, VS Code. If this video was helpful, please consider subscribing and liking it. Have any questions? Leave them in the comments and I'll be glad to help. Thanks for watching, and enjoy easier coding with UV.